When you shift your beliefs in your internal world, your entire reality shifts. A lot of times we manipulate ourselves into thinking something is true when it's not. Once you think differently, you begin to act differently.
Oh, star, fall down on me.
What's up, guys? It's Rebel X. I'm going to be talking about how your mind creates your entire matrix, how your inner world projects itself into your external reality and creates everything. And I'm going to explain how. So what is your inner world? Your inner world includes things like your thoughts, your feelings, your subconscious, which includes like the trauma that you hold from your childhood or even just any trauma that you have that you just stuff in the back of your mind. What else? Memories, things you're nostalgic about. Your inner child, it holds your counterparts, your divine counterparts of the yin yang, the divine feminine and the divine masculine. Your inner world, I believe, holds all of the secrets of your birth chart, which impacts a lot of the reality that you experience externally. Your inner world also includes the dreams that you have, and as well as the messages that come through those dreams. Your inner world also has to do with the messages that you get from the divine, because we all get messages from the divine. A lot of us just don't know how to decode them yet. Your inner world also has to do with the visions you have and the things that you can visualize with your mind. Also, ancestral codes and family patterns that you have held on to without even consciously knowing about it. Also, things that you have brought with you through past lifetimes, especially your belief systems. So your belief systems create your entire perspective on reality, and if you change your belief system, your whole reality changes. And that's basically what I'm going to talk about today. A big part of your inner world is made up of your conditioning, and your conditioning a lot of times is what creates these belief systems. When I say conditioning, I mean conditioning by society, conditioning by your family, conditioning by your friends, and conditioning by yourself. I feel like out of all these things, being conditioned by your own self is the most positive, because you're not being influenced by external factors, you're being influenced by your own thoughts. On the other hand, what do I mean by our outer world? Well, our outer world is what most of us put our entire emphasis and effort into. What you see on the outside, how you look, how you act. Your outer world includes all of the things that have to do with your senses, everything that you experience with your senses. The sixth sense is in a different dimension in your inner world, which transcends dimensions. Your outer world is three-dimensional, and your inner world is multidimensional. That's why when you dream, you can travel to different lands, you can astral project, you can see your own body. There's so many things that your inner world is capable of, and I feel like our society needs to learn more how to control the inner world and to understand and comprehend the inner world, because we're not taught in school anything about our spirits, our inner selves. Being taught about emotions is probably just so fucking surface level. It's so surface level, and in school I believe that every single person needs to be taught about how to control your mind and how to visualize and use your mind to empower yourself and create your reality. When you shift your beliefs in your internal world, your entire reality shifts. Your matrix, your external reality, is created by your mind. Because of the way you think, your mind projects things that aren't real. Someone may be looking at you, for example, and in your mind, you might think that they're making fun of you, they're judging you, when in reality, they might be admiring you. A lot of times, we're conditioned to think about the most negative outcome first, and that is so sad, instead of believing in the positivity that could be. So if you teach yourself to shift your mind to focus on more positive things, your entire reality will reflect that. You project things that are only real to you because your matrix is subjective to the way your mind works and functions. Your mind works one way, and you project one reality, and another person projects a completely different reality. People who are millionaires project a completely different reality and have a completely different belief system around money and success and being cheap and shit like that, compared to a cheapskate person who is bitching about something that's $5. Your belief system is based on your values and your morals, and a lot of times our experiences shape those belief systems. We may have negative belief systems that we need to destroy, that need to die for us to move forward and to grow, because a lot of our belief systems are creating our matrices to be completely fucked.
Remy, sit. Speak. Fuck! Good boy.
A lot of our belief systems are so fucking negative that our minds create our realities to be negative. Imagine two people stub their toe, right? Person A flips their shit. Their whole day is just worried about how they stubbed their toe and telling every single person how they stubbed their toe and oh, poor me, and victimizing themselves. And then person B stubs their toe and moves on because there's more important things that they value. When you don't have much going on in your life that actually has purpose, you find a lot to bitch about and complain about. People who have purpose and things that they are interested in and fulfill them, and things that they really love, and people that they really love, and things that are actually of value, of true value. Oh my god, there was a bug. Things of true value in their lives that they're focusing on and investing their energy into, they do not have the time. They do not want to invest the time into complaining about something so stupid and useless. But when people are stuck in negative self-concepts, negative concepts and beliefs about the world, about where they live, about the people that they're around, and are constantly putting their energy into the cup half empty perspective, their matrix is a reflection of that. They're bitter, they're angry. The only things that make them happy are other people or drugs. People don't even see the truth of themselves. I love when people criticize me because it opens my eyes to parts of myself that I don't want to look at, or I don't even believe, or I don't even know. I'm so happy when people point out toxic things about myself. Like how I criticize everybody, but I don't criticize myself enough. So guess what? I started criticizing myself enough and I grew. Stop complaining about other people and focus on yourself. Because what I do in these videos is I'm saying all this, but I'm really talking to myself. There's nobody else here, there's only me. And I'm the one editing these videos, I'm the one posting these videos, I'm the one watching myself, and I'm feeding my own mind this advice. We also need to talk to ourselves better. Would you talk to the person you love the most the way you talk to yourself? Would you call them ugly or analyze every single little thing about them like you do to yourself? We are our own worst critics. I came out here and I felt fear for a couple minutes because there's people walking around, there's cars going back and forth, there's other people that might judge me for sitting here and filming a video, because that's a thing. It's literally a thing. For so many years I was in that fear, and now I literally don't give a fuck. I shifted my mind, I shifted my belief system about filming. I also shifted my belief system about the way I look, because I used to have beliefs about if I looked a certain way, I would get attention and people would sexualize me or shit like that. But honestly, that's just one possibility out of infinite. What even is the purpose of worrying? Because it doesn't do anything at all. Worrying doesn't change the outcome of shit. Worrying about what other people think doesn't change the outcome that they may judge you or they may not judge you. Looking a certain way doesn't change the outcome of shit. Because even if someone pays attention, who gives a fuck? Even if a choice triggers something in somebody else, that's their own reaction. You don't have any control over other people. You only have control over yourself. Once you change your perspective on the choices that you make and stop making choices based on other people's opinions, you start to live your life fully. Once you stop being afraid, you start to live your life fully. And once you be yourself, you start to live your life fully. You need to change your mind about a lot of things. For example, triggers. Triggers are a really big thing inside of our internal worlds that we leave to our subconscious to run. But that's not right. We need to practice consciousness more. We need to practice awareness more. When you get triggered, you have beliefs behind something, whatever the thing is that's triggering you, and that's holding you back. You need to get to a point where you understand your triggers so well that you feel the ghost of that trigger and you let it go. Because it's not that deep. Everybody gets triggered, and there's a lot of triggers that are just completely fucking stupid. I went to this place called Kids Peace for a couple weeks when I was really young. Not really young, I was like 14, and these kids would bang their fucking heads on the wall. Bang their heads on the wall. Until they had big ass cartoon things on their heads. Not actually, but they would have big round spots on their heads. I am the type of person who speaks my mind, and I was really, really negative back then. I didn't really care if people got hurt by what I had to say or not. And sometimes I don't still, because everyone's entitled to their own opinion, and you can't control how other people feel when you're speaking your own truth. Because the cost of holding something inside of yourself, I feel like, is a worse price to pay than actually speaking your mind and telling people how you actually feel. I said in front of all of them, headbanging is the most fucking dumbest thing you could do. Are you doing it for attention? Or what? Because, people who self-harm usually just go into the bathroom and just fucking cut themselves, like I used to do. This one girl got so mad, and she tried to fight me and all this shit, which I thought was pretty funny. Because why are you getting triggered about something that you honestly are doing for attention? It triggered me that she got triggered over something I thought was so dumb. But that's all beliefs. Me thinking that was dumb is just a belief. Her getting triggered about my belief because she believed that headbanging was soothing. Conflict between two people's beliefs create lots of chaos. Let's talk about the fucking election that's happening right now. What society believes, to me, is retarded. Why does society put so much emphasis and value on the election? Why don't they put more effort into making commercials about shit that's actually, like, you know, that's actually positive? I see so many commercials and shit on TV and fucking everywhere, YouTube, all social media, about this politics shit. Why don't they actually put effort? If they put as much effort and money into things like meditation, how to train your mind, how to overcome your trauma, like things that are actually like useful, that will create better human beings and overall a better society, our world would fucking change so fast. It would change so fast. This election is honestly really blowing me because it just reminds me how the authority figures of the nation that I live in, America, are just so fucking asleep. A lot of them are too old anyways. They're too old and their belief systems are set. There's like a fact that once you become 30 years old, your belief systems are set and you can't change. That's bullshit. You can change your belief systems at any time. Any fucking time. Because you're not limited to the time that you were born or the age that you are. A 40-year-old can look like she's fucking 19 years old. It's all about your diet and your fitness. Like, there's 50-year-olds who look like they're fucking 90 because they eat like shit and they sit down all day and they don't do shit and they just fucking eat chips all day. Like my grandma. It's true. It's real life true. The person I was a couple years ago was lazy, did not take care of herself whatsoever, did not have any type of routines, did not have any type of structure, no type of discipline, couldn't even focus on one thing for too long because I was always high on weed, and I didn't have a sense of purpose. I didn't invest time into anything that I actually enjoyed, and if I did, it was only for money, it was only for a reward, an external reward. What I did is I fed my mind positive things, and I fed my mind things that changed me and changed my belief systems, changed the way I think. I still have to work on my emotions because I'm a water sign and I have a lot of fire energy in me. My Mars is in Aries, as I always like to tell people. But it's not an excuse to be angry, but I've dealt with anger issues, I've dealt with depression, I know what it's like to have mental health issues. And I know what it's like to be able to learn how to overcome them yourself by teaching yourself to be different. Because I've had therapists to try to help me and change me when they didn't do shit. Therapists are regular people. They deal with their own things as well. I would rather go through the work and put in the effort to learn on my own time how to change and change myself and come to that understanding through my own findings than to rely on another person and put my life decisions in the hands of a complete stranger that isn't even acting their true selves because they're in a profession and they can't fully be themselves. I noticed that the workforce and really pretty much any industry has a lot of people where they're just acting fake as fuck just for the job. Why does society believe that we can't be ourselves at work? Why does society make the environment at work where we spend most of our lives, sadly, most of our lives we spend working, and most of our lives we spend acting fake to these people and fake laughing and pretending just for money? That's not worth it. What's worth it to me is working a job for a little bit and investing into a business and investing into what you actually want to do, your passion, and then growing that on the side of the job to the point where you can quit your job and do what you want for the rest of your life. I think that's the best investment of your time, considering money. That's a belief. You know what other people believe? They believe that working the same job their whole lives and staying in the same town their whole lives and never leaving and dying there is what they want to do. You see how I spoke that? I spoke about that in a way that communicated that I don't believe in that because I think it's dumb. It's fine to have beliefs that contradict others because that makes you unique. It's only bad when it's ruining your own life. Everybody has a different belief system about how their lives should be. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you what beliefs you should have. I'm just explaining that once you change your beliefs, your whole life changes. Money beliefs. If you feel like you're always lacking in money, change your money beliefs. Change up how you save. Change up what you spend your money on. Change up what you value enough to spend your money on. Maybe you're spending your money on things that aren't valuable enough. If you're trying to save for a house, don't spend your money on makeup every fucking week because you're not going to save for a house. You're going to just end up spending your money on makeup. It's the reality. Your beliefs contradict reality a lot of times. You have to be able to understand reality and understand your beliefs and how they interplay with each other, because they are one. They're interconnected. You can't live life without having beliefs about life. And then according to your beliefs, that's how you live your life. You may be wondering now, how do you change your beliefs? I changed my beliefs by journaling a lot and reflecting on my daily life. When you reread your journal pages, you see how your mind interprets reality. It's one thing to experience reality, but it's another thing to reflect on your experience. Because reflection is where you integrate all of the lessons and the little hidden gems that life throws at you and the universe wants you to know. We live life unconsciously most of the time. Sometimes I think about my parents and I feel bad for them because they have been stuck in the same patterns their whole lives. The way to change those patterns is to become aware of those patterns. So you need to practice awareness as much as you can at all times. So my advice to you would be to change your beliefs by becoming aware of the thoughts that you think about everything. Take a day out of your life to really notice the thoughts in your mind. The thoughts that you think today are the thoughts that you thought yesterday, and the day before that, and the day before that, and the day before that, until the day that you think something different, and then you shift something within yourself. Because once you think differently, you begin to act differently. But a whole nother dimension is your emotions. Your emotions can trigger certain thoughts that you don't want to think, thoughts that are super negative at times, depending on the emotion, and thoughts that can twist and distort and delude your own mind into believing something that isn't real. You need to understand the difference between your thoughts that are real and the thoughts that you're projecting. A lot of times we manipulate ourselves into thinking something is true when it's not. So go through the day observing your own mind, observing your triggers, observing the things that you believe in, and also observe how those thoughts make you feel. And pay special attention to the thoughts that trigger the most emotional responses within your inner world, because those thoughts and feelings are the keys to change. And the scary thing is, though, about changing your belief systems is that your whole matrix will change, right? And it's kind of sad that certain things that you used to spend time doing, places you used to go to, people you used to hang out with, they no longer resonate on a soul level. You know when your mind is beginning to change its beliefs when you do the same thing that you've always done and it feels different. It doesn't feel good anymore. It feels more empty. You're searching for something more. And when you're searching for something more, that's when you need to change. And your old self needs to die. Alright, that's today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, maybe a comment. And I'm tired of all these beeps and horns and honks and shit like that. Have a nice day or night or lifetime if I never see you again. If you are interested in more content from me, follow me on RebelXStar on Instagram and also on TikTok. Alright, have a nice day or night, blah 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 blah. Bye!